Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is episode 8 and we are on the 12th of October 2016. We're playing on a race at Nottingham, which is the 350, and it's a 1 mile 2 furlongs handicap. We have done a little bit of trading earlier on today. We did Navajo War Dance. We only got £2 on from the 5 and before that came down. We did back it up 40 and it came down to 30. And if you look at the graph, we more or less got it. In fact, we did get it right at the top of its graph. We've also played on Hit the Jackpot. Hit the Jackpot, we traded £4 at 34. Again, that's more or less the top price. It did go to 36 and we've traded that off at 27. So we do have a couple of horses that are already done and dusted unless the price goes back up. But the one we're concentrating on is Oasis Spear, and this one has been traded at an average price of 45 and we've laid off at an average price of 40. So we've got another £5 in there back at 40, and we'll probably trade on this one if it goes up a little bit further, maybe start at 50, 55, 60 and so on, and we can do a little bit of scalping on that one. So it does pay to trade on more than one horse in certain races if you can get the value on them. We also were looking early on at Lord Franklin and we were undecided whether to take the 40 earlier on the morning, and we didn't do that, and the price came back in pretty rapidly to 25. So we did miss out on Lord Franklin, but you don't always get everything. So we're about 25 minutes off post time, and we will be watching, obviously, Hit the Jackpot, which is a pretty good 1.25 mile handicapper, and it won earlier on in the season and then has run moderately in its last few races, but it has dropped down the weights, and this is its type of race. It could really come back to form. It's drawn well in 1. It is still one of the top weights, so it has a little bit of class in this race. And Navajo War Dance is a 3-year-old that's drawn pretty wide in 11, and it's another one with in and out form, as is Oasis Spear. Now that one ran well early on in the season and we're hoping that it might come back to form, so we're just watching brief at the moment to see where the prices go to. But like I said, we do have the £5 in at 40, and that would give us a little bit of potential profit on that horse, but it may well go higher and we can trade it if it does do. So we'll come back in about 10 minutes or so when the market has established and we get closer to the race. So there has been a little bit of movement on Oasis Spear. It's gone out to 50 and we've taken a £5 bet at 50. Don't forget, we are on £5 stakes for the beginner's tutorial, and we're quite happy to just chip away at the prices as they go a little bit further up. And we've put the £5 back in there at 42. I'm not going to put it in at 46, which is the norm when I'm scalping. I'm just getting a little bit of extra profit if the price suddenly dips down. And you can see now we are at a high for the horse at 50 according to the graph. So there's every possibility that it will dip back to 42 and 40. Obviously the target is the same as the other videos. If we can trade out before the race for a profit and leave a little bit on one or two other horses in running, then that will be the plan of action. So we'll just wait and see what happens over the next 5 or 10 minutes. And we've had the price taken at 55, so again I'm going to just put that in a little bit lower down at 44 and put the next bet in at 60. So we've got just over £15 invested now on Oasis Spear. Now that's £15 that we have in the market, but if I cashed out at present I would lose 35 pence on Oasis Spear. So liability is not that great, and it's well within the comfort zone of a beginner when you're playing for just small stakes. And in fact, if we hedge the whole market, then we would not be losing on the race. So we're still quite comfortable even though we have £15 invested in these trades. We're now about 15 minutes away from the race start time, and we should see a little bit of action now on Oasis Spear. You see, the market doesn't really know which way to go, so we're just going to react to events as they happen. It's best probably not to have a long-term plan and just react to the prices as they unfold. We can't do anything about the market, it will go its own way. We can't put in huge chunks of money to send the market down, because we're only playing with small stakes. So we just have to wait and see what the other money does, whether it goes on the bet side or on the lay side. Now we've got a £45 coming in there at 60, and I've said this before that although that's quite a big chunk of money, it can soon get taken. So I wouldn't rely on that to push the market down, because it's only 45 and it can go in the blink of an eye. But it certainly is a positive if we want these lay bets to be taken sometime in the near future. The other thing to bear in mind is if that 50 does get taken, then there's not a lot of backup behind it. There's no real strength there in depth. So if that 50 does get taken, we could possibly see the price going up to 75, 80 in no time at all. So we are now seeing a little bit of strength on this side, and a couple of moments ago there was a big push down, went down to 46. Didn't quite take the 3 bets that we've got in the lay market, but the signs are looking a little bit more positive that the market is going to push down. Now, because we're in the last 10 minutes, I'm going to push these prices up so we can get them taken a bit quicker. If the price pushes through, that's fair enough, but we don't want to leave it too late before we take these lay prices. You see, that one's been taken at 48 and we've now put that back in at 55, and the market is just slightly improving in terms of the betting. We've got 62 coming in there, we've got a 30 to back it up, so we have a little bit of strength in depth. As before, we only had the 50 and then nothing in behind, and now we've got a little bit of strength coming in, taking the bets.
Fully matched.
And we've had another one taken, so we'll put that back in. I'm going to take these 2 out of the market just in case something happens in the parade or on the way to the start. It's always best when you get close to post time that you don't keep too much money in the market. Just keep in what you need to have on either the lay side or on the bet side. So we're just waiting for this one now to get taken. And we've got a pretty good backup now on this side.
Fully matched.
That's been taken. So we've got what we came in for. We're about 8 minutes away from the race, and it's probably a good idea just to take that £5 out of the market and just watch to see what happens. We can obviously cash out on the race on all 4. So I'm going to cash out on these 2.
Fully matched.
Remember, we're only playing for
Fully
small stakes.
matched.
We need to lock in profits when we can. This one is not a bad position now. If we wanted to, we could keep the Oasis Spear bet in at 144 and just take the small profit on the race with a view to laying this one in running. So we'll just feed a little bit more in.
Fully matched.
That's been taken. And now we've got £3 on the race and this one at 70. So we've got a decision to make. Do we leave the 70 in and just take the small profit on this particular race, or do we cash out and just wait for another race? I think we're going to take the easy route and cash out, because these horses aren't in form.
Fully matched.
And we've made a small profit on the one race. Obviously we've got more races to do, but on this one race we have taken the hedge, and we've made a small profit now. We're not interested in what wins the race. We're getting a bit close to post time. We're only 6 minutes away, so that's going to be more or less it for this race. Now if these win, one of these three win, then that's just too bad, but we made a decision, we made a small profit on the race, we haven't been in any danger, we're only playing for small stakes, and we're quite content now just to watch the race unfold.
I'm out of here, man.
And maybe pick up some clues for future betting. So you can see the prices on these three horses have collapsed. To hit the jackpot down to 19 from a high of 36. You can see the graph on the right. Oasis Spear has gone from 60 down to round about 30, and Navajo War Dance has also collapsed from a price of 40 down to 20. So these have more or less halved in price, which shows that if you do wait for the right price to come along and then put the bets in, then there is every chance that these will be backed into prices well below the price that you obtained. So we're about 4 minutes away from post time now, and I'm going to wait till the race is off and then we'll come back. So we're now on post time, and don't forget we're not playing in running this time. We've decided to take the money before the race, so we're not really interested in what wins, but we will still watch the figures coming down. We'll still watch Hit the Jackpot, Oasis Spear and Navajo War Dance during the race to see what actual price they do come down to.
Fucker.
And the race has started, so it's 1 mile 2, and as per usual about halfway 6 furlongs, round about here at 2 furlongs, and you usually get an indication where the horse is positioned in the race by the figures. If the horse comes down greatly in running, then it's running towards the front. You can see Navajo War Dance is probably racing up with the pace, I would imagine, or certainly in mid-pack. Hit the Jackpot is coming down, has got to 12. Still quite a way to go, still 6 furlongs, 7 furlongs left. So we're not going to see really short prices until we get to round about this stage here. Hit the Jackpot has come under 10. This one looks like it's going out, so it looks like these two may well take a hand in the finish. Hit the Jackpot going down to reach 6, 5.4. Still in with the shouts. That one's a beaten horse. Oasis Spear is going out. Hit the Jackpot is now beginning to go under 5. Now going out up to 300, 600, so it looks like that one's beaten as well, and that's going right out to 1,000. So Great Hall is the winner. That one now traded at 1.01. Hit the Jackpot ran a very good race, traded under 5. These two were always about the same place until late on in the race, but we have made a profit. None of the horses have won, and we've made a profit on the race, and we move on to the next one. So that will be all the videos for today. We'll probably have another couple during the week, and if you would like to be up to date with the channel, then do subscribe. It is free. If you don't understand anything or you'd like to ask a question, then put that in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So thanks for watching, and I will see you shortly.